Last night, which was Monday night, at hmm, around 10 p.m., Antonio came to me when they came home and said, Papa and I are leaving on Wednesday, and we're going to go and visit Auntie on Wednesday, and we're not coming back until Sunday. So I don't need you knocking on my door again telling me that, because I already knew that from Monday night at 10 p.m. from Antonio. Okay? I already knew that. So you don't need to be coming in here all the way through until 10 o'clock tonight, which is Tuesday night, to tell me that Antonio and Papa are leaving. And by the way, Wednesday is tomorrow, right? They're leaving Wednesday at 4 a.m., which means by the time you try to come in here, they're already gone. They're leaving Wednesday morning at 4 a.m. Wednesday morning at 4, 1 hour before. By the way, that's 1 hour before I do my morning prayer with Tony Agassi. I do my morning prayer at 5 a.m. with Tony Agassi. They're leaving 1 hour before that, which is 4 a.m. All right? They're leaving at 4 a.m., 1 hour before I do my morning prayer with Tony Agassi, and 3 hours before I do my lesson plan with Tony Agai. Tony Agai, I do my lesson plans with at 7 a.m. for the day. Tony Agassi, I do my morning prayers at 5 a.m. And I'm usually sleeping at 4 a.m. I'm usually sleeping if I'm sleeping well enough and I've slept well enough with my eyes closed and I've had a good night's rest. I'm usually sleeping at 4 a.m. But if I know there is danger and there is trouble coming down the pipe, especially after someone knocks on my door and says they're leaving tomorrow and they don't look nothing like Jon Stewart does, I'm going to say something about it. Especially when you don't know what time you're leaving, in order for me to tell you what time they're leaving. Okay? And I already gave Antonio the money to give to my dad, of which he probably already put it away somewhere where you can't find it, trying to get me to give you the money. Do you know how many times people have tried that when it comes to the rent payment? To get me to knocking on my door, telling me all the way through from 26 letters of the alphabet A to Z in order to get me to give them the money? And it has never worked. Sometimes by the time you come knocking on my door and you're telling me the letter W, the letter W is usually when I put the money on the counter at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's the letter W. When I put the money on the counter at 5:30 p.m., that's usually the letter A. When I put the money on the counter at 11:30 a.m., that's usually the letter Z. And when I put the money on the counter at 11th, at not even 11th, 7:30 a.m. in the morning, that's the letter B. Okay? So I know the trouble is coming. I know the knock is coming, and I know you're watching for me to give you the rent money. I've already given the rent money in. That's how fast I move. I never give the wrong person the rent money to give to no one else. Never. Because you see, let me give you a number check and a number fact. If I were to give you the rent money, and let's grab the calculator, 952 Alric Stewart times 600. Let's do the math there for a second, okay? 9, hold on, turn it on, 952, that's 952, right? Times $600. That is 57,000 people I would give my money to. And then I times that by 12. Multiply by 12. Okay? That's 685 billion people I would be giving my money to. 685 billion people that have something to come in here and tell me every single day that they're Alric Stewart until the 5th of the month is done, or until the 15th of the month is gone. 685 billion people telling me they're Alric Stewart just to get $600 out of my hand to tell me that they're Beyonce in music or they've seen the real Beyonce. 685 billion people fighting over $600 just to say that they've met Beyonce. 685 billion people in prison dead, financial robbery. Do you understand me? I've already given the money in. You ain't gonna get it. 685 billion, remember that. I've already then dealt with 952 of you telling me, oh gee, look at how I go and buy food for you and all you do is eat. You don't pay no rent money in here. 952 billion of you telling me the same bullshit. You want me to give you the fucking rent money? I already fucking well gave it in. Get the fuck out.